And a government shutdown this time around could result in more than furloughed federal employees. There's a potential for our loan interest rates to go up and our retirement accounts to go down. That's according to an assistant professor of economy at Maryville College. WAT6 On Your Side's Kirsty Crawford joins us here in the studio now with the story. And Kirsty, how does all of this connect?
Well, both senators could not agree on a bill that would have funded the government and raised the debt ceiling. It's the debt ceiling that Dr. Reeves Johnson says we need to worry about, because if it's not raised, the government cannot pay back its debts, which would create a huge ripple effect.
The federal government, when it spends, it either issues debt or it uses tax money, essentially.
That's the easy way of putting how the government spends money. If Congress doesn't raise the debt ceiling, then the government will have to find other ways to fund costs, like pay for federal employees and past debts.
It's kind of unfathomable to think that the government wouldn't pay you back, and that's this risk that we're apparently facing.
Johnson says if the government defaults on its debts by not raising the debt ceiling, then just about any American with a loan would be impacted.
Those interest rates would go up on the government's debt, but with that also interest rates on mortgages, because they're very closely related to the interest rates on government debt, the interest rates on car loans.
He says our retirement savings could also be negatively affected. That's because global investors would most likely sell their stocks and buy back into their own currency.
Because now the U.S. dollar is worth less than before. It's no longer deemed to be the world reserve currency.
Now, there is politics at play here. Republicans blame Democrats for reckless spending and tying the debt ceiling to trillions of dollars for President Biden's agenda. Even Democrats aren't all on the same page when it comes to how much to spend, but they argue that not raising the debt limit would wreck an economy which hasn't fully recovered. But Johnson doubts a default would actually happen. Bo?
All right, Kirsty, we'll see how this plays out. Lawmakers, by the way, have until midnight on Thursday to act and prevent a shutdown.